is Jacqueline Chan, my second daughter. So Jacqueline has been practicing Qigong from a child, a few years old, maybe about 5. And then she is a third generation teacher, a certified trainer for the Pureland International Qigong. And then she's also certified to do Qi healing work. And she's helping me to do some of the work that requires her special knowledge in psychology. So Jacqueline is also one of the early students that learned from Grandmaster Wu. So when I first started, right, because there's no babysitter, so she's hanging around us all the time. Basically, she's taken all the classes I offered with my teacher for the last, the 12 years of our life. So all my children take all the classes because why would you not want your children to learn more things, right? So every weekend they practice 3-4 hours on Sunday and before they do anything. So she is an MA in early childhood studies, BA in psychology. She likes clinical research. She's working for some hospitals, including St. Michael's, and now doing things for the hospital for sick kidding. The hospital for sick kid. Gee. Okay, and then Jacqueline's been teaching, and she's doing one-on-one session too. Hi, Jacqueline. Okay, please take up the room.
Hi, hi, Master Teresa. So as you all know, Master Teresa is my mother, and the theme that I wanted to talk about today was family Qi Gong. So, I'll tell you a little bit about what I do. So essentially I help busy people, sometimes they're care providers, parents, people with a lot of stress in their lives have more peace and relaxation and more energy and vitality in their lives so that they can live the life that they want to live. And for me, while I learned Qigong as a young child after my mom became a single parent, and I was going to her classes, learning Qigong, growing up in a family of 3 kids as a middle child, I never felt listened to still. So I decided I need to be a good kid. But when I was in high school, I was 17 thinking, am I going to go to university? Do I want to graduate and go to university? I stopped practicing Qigong at that time. And, I didn't know if I wanted to go to university because I was, skipping class. I was, isolating myself from friends, and I wasn't talking to my mother. I wasn't actually expressing how I felt or, any of my thoughts and feelings or the confusion and any of the anger or depression that I felt around my orientation as a woman. So that kind of started me on my healing journey. And that kind of actually, that brought me to studying psychology. I wanted to understand the mind. How can I be happy? How can I, have a sense of self-love and have a sense of self-worth regardless of the external circumstances?
So did you start thinking about studying psychology in the teenager time already?
That was actually one of the moments.
Really? Wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't know you started also young, right? I just know that you're just always a sweet daughter from a child, right? Always helping her mother do things. Yeah, always helping me with Daniel, my younger son, always helping me to do this and that. And then in the high school time, it's just a magical time, right? So recap again. I want to hear you clearly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what was a difficult time in the high school again?
So I'm 17 and I'm looking at my marks thinking, can I even go to university because I've been skipping so much class and not handing in my assignments. The thought of even seeing people and friends at school gave me massive anxiety. And I didn't talk to my mom at that time either. I didn't tell her what was going on or the relationships that I was having. And at that time, I just didn't know where to go in my life. I was confused. And that's when I decided that I wanted to study psychology and understand the mind. So I wanted to understand why I could be happy and that I could be in charge of how I felt regardless of the external circumstances. So, I went to university. I was involved in, school leadership clubs. I was working for the university. I got a boyfriend, had new groups of friends. And then I got my master's in early childhood studies. But still, even when I was, in the career and thinking I got my life planned, finally I can show people that I made it. I can finally show that I have value and I have worth. But still, I didn't feel good at that time in my life. I still met stumbling block after stumbling, suddenly I lost my job. And I didn't have that identity anymore as the successful person. So, and that's when my mom actually came up to me and asked me, "Hey, Jacqueline, I'm going to Kitchener for a Qigong health show. Do you want to come? Do you want to join me for the weekend? We're gonna rent out a little cottage too." And so I said yes. And in that weekend, I was helping out with the health show, and again talking to people about Qigong, and I was with her other longtime students that I've met before for several years. And we were all practicing together. And that's when I said, I want to practice Qigong every single day. That's something I never did before, practicing Qigong starting with 365 days. And so I was practicing every day, and I realized that Qigong was the one thing that made me feel good. It wasn't salsa dancing, it wasn't socializing, it wasn't doing volleyball, it wasn't a career, it wasn't marks. It was actually practicing Qigong and connecting with myself made me feel good. And and that's when at Sick Kids I started working at Sick Kids again, and they said to me, "Hey, Jacqueline, why don't you pilot the Qigong project at Sick Kids? Why don't you try to teach Qigong to the staff here? I think they could all really benefit." And so I've been teaching there now for a year and a half, and I started to kind of have a breakthrough at that time, realizing that teaching Qigong was directly intertwined with my life purpose. And teaching Qigong was directly intertwined with wanting that sense of fulfillment and that sense of purpose and that sense of energy that I've always been searching for in my life. So now I have a new program that I'm getting up and running, and of course I was part of the Toastmasters executive committee at Sick Kids as a VP. Work is going well. I have a great relationship with my family, and recently won some evaluation teaching award, and life is just getting better. So I'm launching a new course called Renewed Vitality, Renewed Energy. And I'm also starting to do one-on-one private sessions for caregivers. So if you are interested in a free consultation, 40 minutes, you can also email me. But to begin with, if you want a free consultation, you can definitely email me, and I want to get clear and creating a plan for you, and what are some of your challenges stopping you from having the health and energy in your life.
Awesome. So I excited about Jacqueline. She's always because she's the one that really interested in Qigong awareness that people actually needs it more, and then don't mind to understand more. So she has been giving me a hand recently. That's amazing. And after 20 some years, they actually helping me now. So I actually have a couple questions for Jacqueline before we have her doing something for you too. You've been teaching for a while now. When people come to the room for you in the Sick Kid, in a symposium and that, maybe let's let all the auntie and uncle here to experience a little bit of Jacqueline, right?
During my teenage years, when I felt so honestly, it was a pit of my life. My marks were really bad. I felt like no friends liked me, or the friends that I had just didn't like me, and I was avoiding them. And at that time, when I also felt like I couldn't talk to my mom and express my feelings, I didn't know how. That's when I kind of started reintroducing myself to breathing work and to Qigong. So having this kind of coping tool that literally you don't need anyone, you can just connect with yourself and connect with that Qigong practice is a real, I think it's a real tool that a lot of teenagers could use in their life. Just how to reduce stress. And when you reduce stress and you start breathing, you start to realize how those, problems and those anxieties aren't as big as you thought.
Isn't that beautiful? It's not as big as you thought.
Yeah, so I'm just going to be leading you all through essentially the first step in a Qigong program, which is the breathwork component. Okay, this is just where you're going to be connecting with yourself. This is where you're allowing that peace and that calm, which is really who you are, just coming back into the moment, to the forefront. You're going to have your feet planted on the ground. I'll lead you through this for about 10 minutes. All you have to do is listen and follow my voice. You're going to have your back straight but relaxed. And your arms, you can just gently rest them on your thigh. And if you're comfortable, you can gently close your eyes. And you're going to connect with your abdominal breathing. So when you breathe in, you're going to breathe in through your nose, expanding your abdomen. Breathing out. And again, breathing in. Starting with putting your attention on your head. You're going to breathe in, relax your head, and breathe out. And your neck, breathe in, breathe out. And your shoulders, relax, breathe in, breathe out. Relax your chest, breathe in, and out. Your abdomen, breathe in, and breathe out. Relax your back, breathe in, and out. Relax your arms, hands, and fingers, breathe in, and out. Relax your chest, breathe in, and out. Relax your abdomen, breathe in, and out. Relax your legs, feet, and toes, breathe in, and out. Relax your whole body, breathe in, and out. This whole body relaxation is the first step to bringing in more energy into your life. And again, when we relax each part of the body, I'm going to add in a healing sound. This goes like song. And it just means to relax and let go. Starting with your head, breathe in and out. Song. And your neck, breathe in. Song. Your shoulders, breathe in. And your chest, breathe in. Your abdomen, breathe in. Your whole back, breathe in. Arms, hands, and fingers, breathe in. Your abdomen, breathe in. Legs, feet, and toes, breathe in. Your whole body, breathe in. And your whole body, breathe in. Just one more time, relax your whole body. You can just sit here for a moment, experiencing the relaxation in your body. Again, breathing with your nose. And this time, when we relax each part of the body again, we're going to train our visualization and our focus, because when we go to each part of the body, we're going to imagine that part expanding like a balloon on the in-breath, and when you breathe out, coming back to normal size. And you're just going to expand each part of the body. You're expanding yourself. It helps you let go of any stress or any tension. Starting with your head. You're going to breathe in, expand. Breathe out. Sum. Your neck, breathe in, expand. Your shoulders, breathe in, expand. Your chest, breathe in, expand. Your abdomen, breathe in, expand. Your whole back, breathe in, expand. Arms, hands, and fingers, breathe in, expand. Abdomen, breathe in, expand. Your legs, feet, and toes, breathe in, expand. Whole body, expand. Again, breathe in, your whole body, expand. One more time, breathe in, expand your whole body. Just sitting with this new sense of peace for a moment. Breathing in with your nose. Breathing out. And I like to close all of our practices properly. So what we do is we open up our arms. So you can open up your arms like this, and you just put it to your abdomen, on top of your belly button. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. So breathe in. Again, breathe in. One more time, breathe in. We're going to gently put our hands together and just wake ourselves up. So it's kind of like an energy facial. We're just going to stimulate our arms, our nerve endings on our head. So what we're going to do is we're going to rub our hands 9 times. 9. You're going to rub it from your face. Breathe in and out. And in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. And again, in and out. This time we're just going to curl our fingers. It's the tiger claw over our eyebrows. And we're going to breathe in, swipe to the back, and out. So breathe in, deep breath, and out. And again, deep breath, and out. You can put your hands down, put it back on your lap, and you can gently open your eyes in a couple minutes when you're ready.
So thank you very much. So beautiful, very sweet practice.
Yeah, and thank you. Feel free to email me if you're interested in learning more.
We always like to see the best for our children, right?